Spa Casino and Hotel here in Palm Springs, California, the site of our boxing action. And coming up, our main event, Anthony Bartinelli against Robert Dassoyan. They fought to a draw previously, and both men hoping that they can get the job done a little bit better. And there you see the matchup, Bartinelli and Dasoyan. It is for 12 rounds for the WBC America's Super Middleweight Championship.
And neither fighters have gone 12 rounds. In the card of Bartinelli, he fought 8 rounds in a win against Anthony Brown in Phoenix, Arizona. Bartinelli's not fought since the Dasoyan fight in August 18th, whereas Dasoyan ended up fighting Carl Cochran and lost to Cochran in a super-round decision.
Yeah, so a little inactivity on the part of Bartinelli. There's some of the fans, some lovely fans we might have, as they take a peek and get ready for this main event. And there are some special folks in this arena. In a moment or two, Joe Martinez is going to introduce a few of those celebrities and boxing notables here.
Special welcomes tonight. Joining us at the Spa Hotel and Casino. Champion, we'd like to welcome to the ring right now, Steve the Mongoose Quiñones. And just off a unanimous win over highly regarded Americano Soto, Steve will now have a chance to bring home to the desert the most coveted title in the world. That is the WBC title. And fans, you can catch that in November as he takes on current champ Jose Luis Castillo. Once again, a big welcome. Right now, let's hear it for Steve the Mongoose Quiñones.
A good fighter gets that phone ready. You never know when he might get that call from Nassim Ahmed.
Also in attendance tonight, a very special welcome. He is the IBA Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, taking on Sugar Shane Mosley in November. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring, Antonio Diaz.
Very talented and popular young man in these parts.
Once again, let's hear it for Diaz and Quiñones. Good luck in November.
Possibly of world championships.
And of course, Steve Quiñones we've had on our card, and what a great outing he had against Americano Soto, in which he was cut. You can still see his eyes are still healing up for the 2 cuts above the left eye and 1 above the right.
Well, making his way now into the arena and into the ring, Armenian-born Robert Dassoyan, now fighting out of Las Vegas, has the venerable Miguel Diaz working with him, one of the very, very fine trainers in the sport of boxing. And Dasoyan trying to find a way to better the draw that he had the last time he fought Bartinelli. We mentioned that he had that loss to Carl Cochran, which you and I did not think he lost. We were absolutely astonished when Cochran got the decision in Las Vegas. Dasoyan really controlled that fight completely.
Absolutely. He was very, very aggressive, landed repeated punches, but apparently, not in the eyes of the judge, so he did not get that decision. Here's a guy that was 27-3 as an amateur, was the champion in Moscow champion. So he started out his career in Moscow, Russia.
And the man he will be fighting, Anthony Bartinelli, coming into the ring right now, a 20-year-old from Phoenix, Arizona. 12-3-1. He's got 8 KOs, so he's got a little pop in his punches. And he admitted, he said, you know what, when they announced that it was a draw the last time, I got to admit, I felt kind of lucky to get that draw. Take a look at the tail of the tape.
Beginning right there with Anthony Drew Bartinelli, 20 years of age, 5'11", 160.5 pounds, 73-inch reach. Robert Dasoyan, 21 years of age, 5'9", 158.75 pounds, 72-inch reach.
And the rules that will govern this bout, same as you've had all evening. No standing 8, no 3 knockdown. The referee doc can stop the fight. Can't be saved by the bell. The last round only if there's a clash of heads in which the cut stops the fight. If it's after the halfway point in the bout, they would go to the scorecard. So we're set to go for our main event, and in order to get all the particulars for that, let's send things up to Joe Martinez.
And now welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the main event, 10 rounds in the WBC. This is for the WBC Feckerbox Super Middleweight Championship of America. Time for tonight's introductions. First, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 158 3/4 pounds, wearing the black trunks trimmed in silver. He fights by way of Moscow, Russia. As a professional, he has 8 victories, 4 defeats, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Роберт Дасоян. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner to my left, weighed in at 160 pounds, wearing the black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. As a professional, he has 12 victories, 8 of those coming by way of knockout. Only 3 defeats in 15 bouts. Here is Anthony
We've been informed that this is a 10-rounder. That's for the title. We were under the impression it was 12, as other fights are, but this one is being called at the 10-round limit now. So that is Anthony Bartinelli, the young man from Phoenix, Arizona. And there's Роберт Дасоян. They make for a good style matchup because Dasoyan is this blue-collar kind of guy that comes forward laboriously, throwing punches, being kind of aggressive. Bartinelli has a little more flash, a little more style.
I do, not her. Hell with her.
They make for a good matchup.
And of course, Bartinelli feels he's learned some things since the last fight, and that's what he's trying to implement in this one. See if that now transcends into a victory.
Bartinelli said he kind of felt he got lured into Dasoyan's style of fighting. He said, I don't know what came over me. He said, he's kind of slow and plodding. He said, and I became that way. I don't know why. He said, I have to be more aggressive, punch more, and already we see him doing that.
Well, of course, we saw him do that to Carl Cochran. I mean, he did the same type of thing. Kept at him. You know, it seemed like he was coming slow, but he was throwing a number of punches, and that's one of the things Bartinelli says, I know he's going to be throwing a lot of punches.
He's one of those guys. It's like in the old days. I remember watching Chet Walker when he played with the Chicago Bulls.
Chet the Jet.
You didn't even notice what he was. You know, he was not a flashy guy. All of a sudden, you'd look up at the end of the game, and the guy had 25 points every single night, and you didn't remember how he got him. And that's the same with Dasoyan. He gets the job done, and you're not sure quite how.
That team when they had Boerwinkle, Norm Van Leer, Chet the Jet. Yeah, Better Be Love, and of course Jerry Sloan.
Keep him up,
Not a bad ball.
No. We're going to give you everything tonight, folks. We don't even reminisce about the NBA tonight.
We're here to serve everyone. Halfway through the first round of our scheduled 10-rounder.
Bartinelli from Thunderbird High School in Phoenix, Arizona. He's a 3-time U.S. champion in kickboxing, ranked number 3 in the world as a kickboxer. But he realizes that the big payday is in boxing, and he said he would love to eventually fight Fernando Vargas.
Well, he's showing in this round more movement, which is what he wanted to do against Dasoyan. Get in and out, throw his punches, and not stand in front of him. So far, anyway, Anthony Bartinelli is fighting the right fight for him. And Dasoyan having a difficult time getting in there. Lateral movement gives Роберт Дасоян all kinds of problems.
And you see right there, Martinelli trying to flick that jab. tremendous reach advantage that's enjoyed by Bartinelli. So Robert Dassoyan knows he's going to have to pay the price to get inside there.
Bartinelli using that reach advantage very effectively. Well, this is a different fight than he fought the first time he fought Dasoyan, and he did learn from it. Told us today that he thought he did, and he knew what he had to do to change things, because this is only one round. But so far, he's getting it done. There's Anthony Bartinelli as he awaits this second round.
And there's his trainer, Clement Vieira, and in talking to him, Bartinelli almost like he can't even talk with that Clement Vieira. He has so much trust, so much faith in his trainer. And he says, whatever Clement tells me to do is exactly what I do. I follow it to the letter.
Miguel Diaz with Robert Dassoyan. Also, Cornelius Boza Edwards supposed to be in the corner. I don't see him there. Former champion.
And of course, a lot of Armenian fighters now living in Las Vegas, training together over there.
We move into round two. This is our main event. And the black trumps with the gold trim is Anthony Bartinelli, and the black trunks with the gray trim, Robert Dassoyan. They fought to a draw back in August. That was over 6 rounds. This one is scheduled for 10. Big right hand gets in by Dassoyan.
And that's another example right there where Dassoyan will surprise you. I mean, you look at him, it looks like he doesn't have the advantage in the reach, but some way he finds a way to get in there and land those punches.
Dassoyan not that effective at cutting the ring off. He's following Bartinelli around the ring, and that is trouble.
And the thing that he's doing, too, he's letting Bartinelli use his reach advantage.
Bartinelli giving him more angles. That's what he wants to do. Dassoyan trying to get his jab untracked, but to no avail. So we approach the halfway mark here in round two. Al Bernstein along with Benny Ricardo, bringing you our main event, Corporate Sponsors International boxing show.
Well, I see a tendency here by Bartinelli to keep that right hand down.
Bartinelli doing a much better job of slipping punches than he did when they first met.
From Dasoyan, they're trying to get him to throw the jab, but right now, Bartinelli's so effective keeping him away with his own jab, but Dasoyan's not able to get in there.
When it's not boxing, Bartinelli works with a website billing service in Phoenix, Arizona. I saw him in Phoenix. I was down there doing my boxing party show and went to some boxing matches, and he was there.
Well, he says, he's a big student of the sport of boxing, and his number, he says, if there's any certain fighter, I try to go ahead and pattern myself after. There actually isn't any, but I just enjoy the whole atmosphere of boxing.
Final seconds of the second round, and Anthony Bartinelli continues to box effectively, and Robert Dassoyan will go back to see if he can draw up a new game plan, one that will work a little bit better. We'll see. We await the await the third round, Robert Dassoyan, his opponent, Anthony Bartinelli.
And now I scored that round 10-9 for Bartinelli. I thought he threw more jabs, was more effective, and more accurate with the punches.
How do you like that? How do you like that? You want to start the fight?
Miguel Diaz trying to pump up Robert Dassoyan.
Wipe the floor. Mouthpiece is in. Turkins out. Turkins out. Turkins out, my lord.
We move into the third round of this 10-round middleweight encounter. Anthony Bartinelli in the black trunks with the lightning bolts on it, and the black with gray trim. It is Robert Dassoyan. They fought in August, had a draw. Bartinelli actually thought he could have ended up with a loss in that fight. He said, when I heard that they said it was a draw, he said, you know, outwardly I acted like, oh, gee. He said, inwardly I was thrilled. He said, I thought I was lucky.
And, you know, in between that round, one of those Armenian fighters I told you about is living in Las Vegas, was in the corner right there with Dasoyan and was really screaming at him, and I think that woke him up a little bit.
Dasoyan trying to get that overhand right in, but Bartinelli moving just enough to make it miss.
And see, those are the kind of tactics Dasoyan used in the first fight against Bartinelli, to go ahead and break him out of that stance of flicking the jab and throwing the right, the classic style.
It's another fight where conditioning may be a big issue. Neither of these men have been 10. They've been 8, but not 10 rounds before.
And good right hand by Bartinelli rocked Robert Dassoyan back. Now, he is a deceiving target. I'm talking about Dasoyan. He looks like he would be easy to hit, but no, you can't hit him. Look, Bartinelli's doing a good job of it, but not the way you think you'd be able to tee off on him.
Yeah, he's always coming forward, and but he keeps his gloves up, and there you see him picking punches off Dasoyan. Bartinelli is fighting tactically the right fight. He may not be making it as exciting as we would like, but for him, in any case, it's the right fight. Big right there by Dasoyan. Bartinelli giving him just a little bit less movement now.
And now he's, like you said, in the first round, Al, you mentioned the fact that he didn't know how to cut down the ring, and all of a sudden now Dasoyan is finding the way to cut down that space.
Left hook gets in, and part of the reason is Bartinelli is not moving as well as he did early in the bout.
Top boxer, break clean. Don't turn your back.
So Robert Dassoyan, having his best round by far here in round 3, might be stealing this one. Landed some very telling shots to the head of Anthony Bartinelli. Bartinelli holding one on the inside. Let's see, James Ken is taking a look at that. Big right by Bartinelli. Punctuates the round. So that was a round in which Bartinelli didn't quite get his way, although he came back with a couple of good shots at the end.
I think he's out again.
That's at the stalker. Dasoyan finally kind of closed the gap a little bit, cut down the ring a lot better, and was able to go ahead and land some shots on Bartinelli. And you can see right there how attentive Mr. Bartinelli is to whatever Clement Vieira happens to say.
Dasoyan getting in a couple of good shots in that last round. Good left hook, a very short left hook by Dasoyan, but not too much damage even though he did land it. Bartinelli walking through it. We head into the 4th round of our main event. It is scheduled for 10. Robert Dassoyan in the black trunks with the gray trim, and in the black with the gold is Anthony Bartonelli. Dasoyan coming in here off a draw against Bartonelli and then a loss to Carl Cockerham, which of course we didn't think was a loss, but it's so he'd like to turn things around. Bartonelli getting off with the jab in the right hand.
Dasoyan does a neat little trick here where he backs up. It looks like he's going to back up, and then all of a sudden, boom, he comes right at you. Takes that one little step back, and then right in the face of Bartonelli.
Bartonelli not wanting to fight on the inside holding. Boy, referee James Ken really stepped in quickly there.
I feel a little deceived right here by Bartonelli. He told me how much he loves to attack the body, and he just hasn't attacked the body at all so far this fight.
Yeah, I think he said he wanted, there's a left hook downstairs. I think the problem is he doesn't want to languish on the inside enough to throw body shots. He wants to stay on the outside and use the jab in the right hand and keep his distance from Dasoyan.
Which is obviously the smart thing to do because he doesn't enjoy the reach advantage. But he's got to stay active. Got to stay active, Bartonelli does.
There's the movement from Bartonelli as Robert Dasoyan tries to get inside.
And Dasoyan can throw punches from so many different angles, and he surprises you from the angles that he's able to throw his punches from.
About a minute left to go in a pretty close round 4, although Bartonelli's done some pretty good work here. Dasoyan's trying to counter over that jab, but missing.
Well, for Bartonelli, we'd have to quote Yogi Berra and say it's deja vu all over again. Same pattern from the left in that 6-round draw that he had with him.
Puncher come out! Puncher come out! Puncher come out!
Just about a half minute left to go in this round, and while Bartonelli owned a good portion of the first part of the round, Dasoyan making a pretty good comeback here in this last minute. Will it be enough for him to get the round, though? That's the question.
Dasoyan so adept at picking those shots by Bartonelli on his glove.
So just moments to go here in this 4th round. It was scheduled for 10. And the round is punctuated by a clash of heads. We'll see what round 5 has to offer in a minute. Exciting end to this round. As we look at Robert Dasoyan, he closed the distance a little bit on Bartonelli. Get some advice from Miguel Diaz, who, as always, is animated in that corner.
And of course, he's telling him to dig that body, dig the body of Bartonelli, get those hands to come down. He is very animated. He even shows him how to breathe.
One of the best trainers in boxing, also a superb cut man.
What about you, Jack? Mouthpiece is in! Cut it out!
We are approaching the midway point in this main event. Middleweight battle between Anthony Bartonelli in the black with the gold trim and Robert Dasoyan in the black with the gray trim. Bartonelli got off to a very good start in rounds 1 and 2, but Dasoyan came back a little.
Watch your head!
The way I scored, I gave the first 2 to Bartonelli. I gave the third one to Dasoyan, and then I got a draw for the last one.
So the tide has shifted a little bit in this fight.
When Bartonelli gets in trouble, he tries to throw a combination. He kind of leans over with the right, kind of stays there. And that's when Dasoyan seems to go reach it.
Goes right by Dasoyan, but Bartonelli gets off those ropes and throws his own left. Dasoyan really wants to get Bartonelli on the ropes. Anthony is much better off in the center of the ring.
Dasoyan needs to make a brawl out of this for him to be effective.
Good jab by Dasoyan. He has a decent jab. Hasn't used it as much in this bout.
Stop boxing, break clean. Let him go.
Dasoyan's a cagey guy, a guy that, of course, started his career in Moscow, Russia, fighting there and then moving over to Estonia before finally coming to Las Vegas in the year this year. And then his first fight was against Carl Cockerham, which we saw.
Halfway through round 5 as we approach the halfway mark in this battle. Either man has been past 8, so as we head into these later rounds, we'll be keeping an eye on who seems to have more left. Bartinelli, the 20-year-old, Dasoyan is 21, so these young fighters trying to make their way and hopefully move up to the next level.
And that's where Dasoyan needs to be. That's where he needs to fight this fight.
Good counter right by Bartinelli. So Dasoyan pressuring him, but Bartinelli responding with some good straight right hands. These are not easy rounds to score. They're close rounds, some of them.
But you notice, have you seen Dasoyan take a step back yet? That's incredible.
He keeps pushing ahead. The counter right underneath by Dasoyan.
Dasoyan's like an earth mover. He just keeps moving.
Steady movement forward. Nothing dramatic.
Wipe the floor when you're done.
There you see Clement Vieira, the man in the corner right there. He also trains another fighter named Baby Doll Reed. Clement Vieira does.
Yeah, who was we saw her perform in Phoenix. Robert Dasoyan getting some work done on the inside. Both men really landing good counter right hands there.
And that's where, again, that's where Robert Dasoyan needs to be inside doing his fighting. And not let Bartinelli use that great reach outside and throw that jab.
We move into the 6th round of our main event. There have been no knockdowns. No one's been seriously hurt so far in this match. Bartinelli in the black trunks with the gold and Dasoyan in the black with the gray.
And now both fighters have gone 8 rounds. Bartinelli went 8 rounds against Anthony Brown, in which he won an 8-round decision. Dasoyan also winning an 8-round decision against Carl Cockerham.
Who else?
I think right after he came to this country, he met with the immigration people. The next person he met was Carl Cockerham.
And he said, what do you say we fight about 5 times? Nothing personal, but I think it'll make good fights. Good right hand. See Bartinelli staying in one place for a long time, getting hit by Dasoyan, but then he countered him with a good right hand. Again, Dasoyan getting there with see less movement from Bartinelli, and that's what sets it up for Robert.
And you watch that left foot of Anthony Bartinelli. It just planted right there in front of Dasoyan, letting him come in.
A lot of holding by Bartinelli on the inside, and the referee may think about taking a point away.
Yeah, there's not that bounce right now in Bartinelli. That left foot is planted like this crazy glue right there.
Halfway through the round, as Robert Dasoyan has created a different tempo in this round, or maybe Bartinelli has by not moving, and it has benefited Dasoyan. He is ripping shots to the head of Anthony Bartinelli. When you give Robert Dasoyan this opportunity, he will take advantage of it.
And there's just no crisp punching on the part of Bartinelli. It's almost like windmills, like the kind you see here in Palm Springs up there above the hill.
Robert Dasoyan is relentless in his pursuit. That's the way he fights, doesn't know any other way. Keeps plodding forward, looking for an opportunity.
And he is in some kind of shape, because he doesn't even look like he's breathing. I mean, he looks like he can go at this pace for 15 rounds.
Good left hook downstairs by Dasoyan. He's now in a better position to throw those punches because Bartonelli isn't moving quite as much. So round 6, a pretty good one for Robert Dasoyan. The second part of this fight looks like it might be better for him. There is Anthony Bartonelli.
Robert Dasoyan, it almost seems like he's got the whole United Nations in his corner. He's got an Armenian, English, and Spanish.
And Argentine,
and Argentine.
And that's
a graffiti.
That's on Anthony Bartonelli. I can't decipher that. You're the man that speaks more languages. I don't know. I'm going to defer to you on that. I understand you even understood Gary Yepremian.
I did. The Cypriot.
So we head into the 7th round. It is scheduled for 10 in our main event as we wind down our evening of boxing from the Spa Hotel and Casino in Palm Springs, California. Robert Dasoyan on the left of your screen, coming forward, working the body of Anthony Bartonelli. He is just, I thought you made a very good analogy, he's like an earth mover. Just keeps coming forward at the same pace, trying to get something done. Move a little dirt here, move a little dirt there, push a mound down, land a little short right hand, work a left hook to the body, and before you know it, he's put together some good things. And he's doing it right now.
Oh, he is rocking it right now.
Now, make no mistake, I think a better boxer would give Dasoyan even more trouble. But Anthony Bartonelli, while he is a boxer-puncher, is a little inconsistent at that style.
And at the age of 21, he's still a work in progress.
Absolutely.
He is learning, and of course, he didn't have an amateur career. A kickboxer that's in here now trying to become
exactly
a boxer, so he's learning. And Al, if you think about it, there's nothing better than seeing this guy 2 times in a row.
That's true.
Then you can really measure the work in progress.
Overhand right gets in by Dasoyan. So there's no question there's been a shift in this fight, and it is favoring Robert Dasoyan right now. He's getting more done in there, even using his jab to work his way in.
Dasoyan's so adept at picking those punches off with his glove.
His defense has been even better the last 3 or 4 rounds, making Bartonelli miss most of those. First part of this fight, certainly controlled by Bartonelli, but in recent rounds, it has been Robert Dasoyan. The last several have been very good for him.
Well, I gave it a draw, the 4th and the 5th, and the 6th I gave to Dasoyan.
Good left hook downstairs by Dasoyan. So as we approach the half-minute mark left in round 7, this Armenian, by way of Las Vegas, is getting the job done right now.
Bartonelli now trying to come with all kinds of angles by which to punch him, even backhand.
Go, work it.
So this one passes into the night, and the plot is thickening. Vieira is giving his instructions to Bartonelli, hoping to offense.
Clement Vieira right there, the trainer.
Robert Dasoyan has certainly come on in the last couple of rounds and being exhorted by Miguel Diaz to come on even further. And as Bartonelli continues to not move so much, it benefits Dasoyan. And this will demonstrate Robert getting some things done with that right hand in there and the jab. We move into round 8. There are 3 rounds left in our main event. Anthony Bartonelli on the left of your screen, Robert Dasoyan in this middleweight encounter.
Now this is going to be a very interesting fight to score. And I don't think we've unraveled that tie that they had their very first time they got together. But we'll see here when he comes up in the next 2 rounds to take charge of this.
Well, it surely is a pretty close fight right now. Bartonelli doing well early and Dasoyan coming out in the middle round.
Well, you can see with Bartonelli, the more he gets tired, the sloppier he becomes. All of a sudden now the jab is not as straight. It's not as snapping. Now it's kind of a short arm.
Good left hook, but I don't think Dasoyan was hurt. I think he just slipped. Maybe not. We'll see. Bartonelli really going after him and using his head. Yeah, and Dasoyan's not too happy about that.
It's almost like he looked at the crowd and said, "What's up? What's up? There's nothing wrong with you."
Now Dasoyan comes back. So there's some excitement here in round 8 as Bartonelli lands a good left hook that he thought hurt Dasoyan and he went after it.
And we'll see too if Bartonelli used up his energy in that little exciting flurry.
Good right hand got in there a moment ago by Dasoyan. Either man really is a huge puncher. Even though Bartonelli has 8 KOs in his 12 wins, he's really not a big puncher. Good hook, double hook by Bartonelli. But it did go to the body, something we pointed out to you that he wants to do more of.
You know, Al, I think Robert Dasoyan has discovered another Carl Cockerham now in Bartonelli. He can fight him another 3 more times.
Let him go, Tony. Let him go, Tony.
This is a close round to call. This one's really a tough one. Both men have done some good work.
Head first right there. That was a headbutt.
Yeah, they clashed heads. Right gets in by Bartonelli. When they get to the 9th round, both men will be someplace they've never been before. See who responds the best. This 8th round could be a pivotal round. It's a round that could go either way. So we're headed down the home stretch, not only in our evening, but certainly in this main event.
Now, right now, Bartonelli, he looks spent. He looks very, very spent.
So we're going to head into round 9 and find out which of these warriors brings the most to a round they've never seen before. Take a look at Robert Dasoyan, who had mixed results in round 8.
Well, I gave him the 6th and the 7th round, but I thought Bartonelli rebounded the 8th right there. I gave that round to Bartonelli, so came back, found his spots, and started to go ahead and finding the head of Robert Dasoyan.
Take a look back in that round. They banged heads there, but both men trying to get some things done. We head into the 9th round. Al Bernstein along with Benny Ricardo. Hoping you're enjoying our boxing match, our main event, and all our boxing matches this evening at the Spa Hotel and Casino in Palm Springs, California.
And now you got something in common with Anthony Drew Bartinelli. He was a catcher on his baseball team back at Thunderbird High School.
There you go. That's right. Okay.
I think you saw that video, your catching video that you produced.
He's going to emulate me.
In fact, I think after he saw that video, they decided to get into boxing. He figured, I can't handle that.
That's it. He said, no way I can match him. Bartinelli in the black trunks with the gold trim and in the black with the gray is Robert Dassoyan. Bartinelli putting some combinations together, but Dassoyan coming back too. And you know, Benny, you look at this fight, would not be out of the question to see a draw again.
Absolutely not. In fact, it is, I mean, it's every one of them so different scattered. So the momentum change has been incredible. 4th and 5th I gave those as draws. The 6th I gave to Dasoyan, the 7th I gave to Dasoyan, and then Bartinelli comes back and gets the 8th.
Body work by Robert Dassoyan. Neither of these fighters has ever been to the 9th round. They've been 8, but never 9.
Break clean. Go.
Again, Dasoyan going downstairs.
No neck, Tony.
Dasoyan's just one of those guys that was born to fight. You can't explain his lack of reach. You can't explain what seemingly is a lack of power, but he's just there. And he finds a way to go ahead and hit his opponent.
Well, he's undeterred by anything that the opponents we've seen have done to him, and that's the key. He just keeps coming.
Although he got a left hook right to the chin that time.
Go.
Under a minute left to go in this round. Bartinelli throwing some weak shots there. Is he fading a little bit? We'll see.
And we'll see who takes command of the last 30 seconds of this round, because it's up for grabs.
No kidney pocket. Let's go.
Dasoyan continues to press the attack, missing with the right hand.
And they're urging Dasoyan to come on,
Only one round of boxing left to go this evening. One round left in this fight. It could decide the winner. Robert Dassoyan waiting for the 10th and final round, as is Anthony Bartinelli. The 10th and final round of this main event. Anthony Bartinelli and Robert Dassoyan. Bartinelli, 20-year-old, Dassoyan, 21. They're trying to decide a draw that they had back in August to see if they can get past that. And right now it's been a very, very close fight.
The way I got it scored right now, I've got Bartinelli up by 1 point.
Which is certainly plausible. Good right hand by Bartinelli. I think both these men know that winning this last round could certainly decide it, and they're going at it like that.
And I think that was the message from the two corners, the fact that last time you fought to a draw, so you got to really, really shake it out of this round.
Bartinelli, though, laying on the inside, that is better for Dasoyan. Some fatigue, perhaps, as we mentioned. Neither man has been 10 rounds, so.
Here's where Bartinelli, he's just got to jab and move, and stay active.
There he throws some combinations, nothing landing. Under 2 minutes left to go in this match. Certainly anyone's match. The crowd yelling Robert.
We'll see how much Dasoyan's got left in that tank. See if he can finish this one off strong. Again, I got him behind by 1 point.
He's working hard on the inside. Digging punches to the body. Bartonelli gets in a good right hand that falls in and gets hit himself. Very tired fighters, but I think Bartonelli a little more fatigued right now.
But even more reason to stay away. Stay away and throw that jab.
Under a minute left to go now in this 10th and final round. A hard-fought 10-rounder that was very close, as was their first fight.
And over here in the corner of Dasoyan, it's almost like they're guiding a jet in, trying to tell him to come in, come in, come in, come in.
Half a minute left to go in this fight. Who can steal this last round? All in all, though, I think Dasoyan has probably done a little better in this round. Whether that is enough to get him to win, I don't know.
A couple of 21-year-olds that have used up every ounce of energy in that young body.
So it goes the distance, as did their first fight. This one was a 10-rounder. Could it be another draw? We'll find out in a moment. Diaz, who is Robert Dasoyan's trainer. And there is Bartonelli, who I think believes he did better in this fight, and I think he may have. And I would tend to think it's very close. He might have won a close decision, depending on how that 10th round went.
Well, you got to our judges are Pat Russell, Fritz Werner, and Jerry Cantu. I gave it to Bartonelli by 2 points. I thought it would be close. I think he finally got that last round, and I think that he came back. The 7th round, he came back to get that one. Actually, it was the 8th round was when he came back, and then 10-10 in the 9th was up by 1, and I gave the last round to Bartonelli.
All right, 2 young men showing good sportsmanship. I think they could fight 20 times it would be this close.
Well, I think you can just add Carl Cockerham to that. Let's just go on the road with it.
Yeah, exactly. Cockerham, of course, this evening, by the way, losing to Jesus Diaz in a unanimous decision loss, and Ivan Caples beating Nadine Salim.
And he's ready to go some more right there.
That's Anthony Bartonelli. He believes he might have won it this time. We're going to find out from Joe Martinez. Let's go up there right now.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the score. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Scores it out. 96-94, Bartonelli. Judge Chris Waters scores it out. 97-93, Dasoyan. And Judge Pat Russell scores it out. 96-94 in favor of the winner, the Russian Robert Dassoyan.
Well, they disagree with Danny Ricardo. Robert Dasoyan gets the win. Very distressed. Bartonelli leaves the ring immediately. He's not too happy about the outcome. And as you look at Robert Dasoyan, the pressure that he put on in the middle rounds, I guess got the job done for him. The score I would take serious issue with is 97-93, which I think is, as you see, Bartonelli leaving very distressed. That's a big margin for Dasoyan.
Absolutely. And the thing that he did was he was relentless. He kept putting the pressure on. Maybe they saw it that way. I don't know. But I still say I thought that Bartelli won the fight.
Well, Robert Dasoyan, who we thought probably won against Carl Cockerham and didn't get the decision. We're not sure he won this one, but in any case, he gets the split decision. It's his 9th win as a professional. There's no question he kept the pressure on in those middle to late rounds. Did land some showy punches. Martinelli, I guess, didn't get the benefit of the doubt from those judges in those early rounds, and because of that, apparently did not get the decision. A reminder that earlier on in our evening, Ivan Capel beat Nadine Salim, and Jesus Diaz was pretty good in beating Carl Cockerham.
Absolutely. He came up with that big right hand, and he dropped Cockerham in the second round, and Cockerham never recovered from that.
All right, so interesting evening of boxing to be sure. As in our main event, Robert Dasoyan comes up with a split decision win over Anthony Bartinelli of Phoenix, Arizona. It's Dasoyan's 9th win as a professional. I'm Al Bernstein for Benny Ricardo. We hope you enjoyed our boxing show this evening, and we'll see you next time.